What's going on YouTube? In this video we got a nice money play that's going to help y'all beat all zone coverages, and we're throwing in a little scheme with it to help you beat man coverage, and there's a nice little run play in there as well. We are in the West Coast playbook. Let's jump into these plays real quick. We're in the formation we're in is gun doubles. The main play we're going to be talking about is fade HB wheel. Like I said, y'all are going to see a trend with this route that's like an outside streak basically. Kind of like a fade actually. So the plays we're going to be working with is going to be skinny post, 45 quick base, spot smash, and obviously the money play, the fade HB wheel. Now you can come out in any play you want to. Just make sure you have these audibles. And like I said, if we are in the West Coast, if you're not in the West Coast and you're adding a custom, I highly recommend these four if you are gonna add these to a custom. And you're gonna see how we're gonna get it done. So let's go ahead and jump into the practice field and show y'all how we set these plays up. All right, the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is knock out the money play. I'm gonna go against the primary 3 zone coverages: cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, but it beats all zone coverages the exact same way. You're gonna set it up the same way. You'll get the same results. Sometimes you'll get tackled if it's like a cover 4 palms or a cover 4 quarters because it's more like of a man coverage, but you still get over top the same way you would against any zone. So we're not gonna go through all of those. So a couple things about the play: if you're on the left hash mark, you want your wide receiver on the right side. If you're on the right hash mark, you want your wide receiver on the left side. Now I like to play against the Cowboys because Diggs is a 93 speed receiver. He's pretty fast, and he's got the height and the abilities. And we got Valdez right here running this wide route. 95 speed, not much of a speed difference there. And that's another reason I could have put Hardman there, 97 speed, 98 speed, but I wanted to show you even with the speed difference, not a 2 speed difference, you're still going to be able to get this done. You want to, like I said, when it comes to these outside fade routes, you want to be the same speed or a little bit faster. Obviously, the more speed, the better. But as long as you're the same speed, you should be good to get these outside fade routes as long as you can get your throw right. So we're going to go ahead and set this play up. It's the same way against every zone defense. You're going to motion over B. You're going to put them on a curl route. A, you're going to put on a streak. You're running back. You can put a 5 and in, 5 and out. I like to have that high-low read across the middle of the field with X and RB because I'm going to leave X on the route he's on. Once again, with X, you can do different things as well. But against zone, this is my setup right here. Now, against cover 3, it is actually very important that you put B on that curl route. You don't want to put him on a streak. You don't want to put him on any other route. He does a good job of making the cornerback take a double take. And once he does that, that's when you're going to just throw the ball over the top. Now, I don't know if they changed something with the update that happened, but when you throw these fade routes now, these outside fade routes, do a high ball. You don't necessarily need to, but I've been noticing that it makes the placement just that much better. And if they have somebody like Diggs, 93 speed, 6'1", all the abilities to pick the ball off, it gives them a little bit more of an opportunity to pick it off if you don't do the high ball. So just make sure you do the high ball. But let's go ahead and pay attention to Diggs and what he does. He does like a double take, and once he does that, boom, right there, that's when you're throwing the ball over the top. You can see we got good placement with not that much of a speed difference. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like if you put X on a streak, or a B on a streak, my bad. Same setup, but Diggs is going to play this a lot better. Now this is how we would normally run this with the other money plays that I dropped. We actually put B on a streak, and when it's on, I don't know why, but against cover 3 in this formation, you're going to see that he actually just drops back all the way. He doesn't do the double take, and we are not able to get this ball off like we want to. So it's very important against cover 3 that you put that curl route there. I didn't want to spend too much time on cover 3, but that is an important thing. Let's run it one more time. You're going to see the difference now. He's going to do that double take, and we're going to get this ball off. And yes, even if you play over top, he does do that double take. Even if you back him up, he's going to do the double take. But like I said, I don't know why he does it, but that's once he does it, you're going to throw the high ball to the outside. You see, we're able to get that off every single time. Let's go ahead and jump into cover 4. All right, cover 4, same thing, same setup. You're going to go ahead and motion over the B receiver, put him on a curl route. You don't necessarily need to put him on a curl route against cover 4, but since we don't know what they're going to be, coming out in, they might base their defense, make everything look the same. We're going to keep the money play the exact same. So, and then go ahead and put A on a streak, running back on a 5 and in, and block who you need to block, set up your O-line. I really don't know which side they're coming from. I think they're going to be coming from the right, but same pass. You're going to just high ball it outside shoulder. Really good positioning right there. It's actually better against cover 4. Cover 3, he's a little bit closer, but you can see that's what I was talking about. If they're closer to the speeds are closer together, like the cornerback's 93 speed, my receiver's 95. He can catch up to you and tackle you. If you have Hardman there, you have a better chance of turning it into a one-play touchdown. Let's go ahead and run this one more time against cover 4, and then we'll jump into some other coverages. Same setup though. I'm just doing an outside shoulder, free forming it right to the corner, basically just towards the sideline to where he's running. That time I overdid it a little bit, but you can see that it works. We're getting the ball there every single time. Let's go ahead and jump into cover 2. All right, now against cover 2, you can set the play up the same way, which we'll do just to show you that you can still get it off. But there is a better way to beat cover 2. Shout out to Give TV for kind of mentioning this in the comments. I'm going to show you how to do it a different way to beat it a little bit better, but let's go ahead and run it one time with the setup that we do have. Like I said, what if you don't know what the defense they're in? They're basing their defense. We're going to still be able to set it up the same way. Once Y gets off that bump and run with the cornerback, if he does bump and run him, you're basically going to just throw this to the outside right here. Once he passes them, this is when you're going to throw it. You're going to get a little possession catch, rack it if you have the opportunity to, but you can still see you're able to beat cover 2 with that setup. Now, if you know they're in cover 2 and they're just favoring cover 2, what you're going to go ahead and do is motion over the tight end, put B on a 5 and out, and you're going to get more field to throw to Y, because that safety is going to have to respect the tight end coming down the field right here. And you can see we can get a better rack catch and more room, and it just turns into a one-play touchdown against cover 2. So that's cover 2. That's the 3 zones right there. Let's jump into some different opportunities depending on if they're in man coverage and what we would do if they are in man coverage, and show you how to read if they're in man coverage. All right, let's go to talk about man coverage. Now, a simple way to tell if it's man coverage, when we motion over the B receiver to, set up the money play, if he follows me all the way to my spot, this is 99% that they're in man coverage. Now, once you figure that out, you can audible to one of these plays right here, but I'm going to show you what you can do when you have this set up already and you already have this guy motion over to help you beat man coverage. What you want to do first is take a look at the personnel on the field. Do they have linebackers guarding a tight end that's really good like Kelsey? Do they have a linebacker / safety guarding a receiver that's really good? Do you have a speed mismatch with the wide receiver and they're in a cover 1 like this with one safety over the top, or there's no safeties over the top? A cover 2, you want to be a little worried about that. You don't want to try to bomb this over the top of the cover 2. But if you have a speed mismatch, I just want to get this out the way real quick, and I'm going to show you a different setup that I like when we do this without audibling. All you're going to have to really do, once I see that speed mismatch and I motion over, I quick snap. I go ahead and snap the ball, and I just lob this ball over the top. I just lob it, and I'm getting money almost every single time. If you have that speed mismatch, I do that so much. I catch people off guard. They're not ready for it. They're not expecting it. Because one, if we probably hit them with the money play once or twice, or we hit them with something else, and they're just not going to be ready for that streak over the top like that. So that's one thing you could do if it's man coverage, if you got that speed difference. All right, so a few more things you could do when you know it's man coverage. Say you motion over the B receiver, you see the cornerback follow us. So we're going to go ahead and audible to something different. My favorite go-to audible is spot smash. If I have a really good tight end like Travis Kelsey, if he has that mismatch, I'm taking that every single time. So let's go ahead and audible to the spot smash. We're going to make everything look the same. So we're motion over the B receiver. I know it's going to take some time to do all this, but you got time on the play clock. Take advantage of it. Use it up. There's no reason to rush. And then what we're going to do is put Hardman on a streak. We're going to put X on a drag, the running back on a 5 and out. Now, if you have a mismatch with Y, you have a good receiver right there that got some solid route running. You can also hit Y. But I'm going to primarily focus on the tight end because I know I'm going to have a mismatch there. Even if it's a linebacker or a safety, Travis Kelsey can beat everybody on this team when it comes to man coverage. And then just set up your blocking how you have to, make sure. If I have to, I'll block my running back. Because I know I got 3 guys I can throw to: my drag, the tight end, and the wide receiver, just depending on the mismatches. And then just be patient, let him hit that cut, and you're going to be able to get this pass off almost every single time right here to Kelsey. It doesn't matter if it's a tight end or a safety or a linebacker. Even a cornerback will struggle to guard Kelsey right there. But that's another play I like to do. And like I talked about in the other video, once you start hitting them with these certain routes right here and there, it turns into a chess match. They're going to try to, put purple zones out there. You just got to start, mix and matching routes. Do something you haven't done before. Make this look like that and disguise it. And that's how you get past man coverage, because man coverage can be held sometimes when and like I said in the last video, the better the user, the better they're going to understand, I need to stop this guy, I need to stop that guy. So it's just going to be a chess match. So that's going to be that part for the man coverage. You do have this skinny post. You can do this too. Similar setup. Let's just go ahead and show you real quick. You're gonna motion them in, but what I like to do is put B on a slant. I like to keep the tight end on the route he's on, and I'll put the running back on a 5 and in, and I'll put Y on a streak. So you got a high-low read on the left side of the field and the right side of the field. And if you have the speed difference, go ahead and hit Y over the top. This is another setup you can do. I don't want to spend too much time on man coverage, but I'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and run it one time. You can see you're gonna get some people open right there. We got B open. We got the running back open. Those are just simple things you can do. You gotta mix in plays. You don't try to force the money play over and over again. Let's jump into this run play real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this run play. We're going to be talking about the 45 quick base. Simple run play, really good run play. So the way I like to start my games off, I usually like to start off with a run play, especially if they start me in the middle of the field. I'll use the run play to get to one of the hash marks, and the run play will tell you a lot about your opponent. If they struggle to stop the run, then you're probably going to have a breeze of a game. And I wouldn't even try to do money plays here and there. You know, I would take the lead and I'll just run the ball on them left and right, and they're just going to struggle to stop the run. So that's normally what I do. I'll start off with a run, and this is, like I said, it's a good play to get you to one hash or the other if you need to set up these money plays. And you can do the same thing, make it look the same. You're gonna go ahead and motion a beat receiver over. That's gonna still tell you if it's man coverage or not. You know, it being man coverage and bring that guy over could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But we're not really looking for results on first down. You know, if we do get some good results, turn it into a 20-yard gain, then that's just a plus. But like I said, it's just a filler to find out what we got going on. And you can see this is a really good run play. I just simple motion over the guy, ran the play, nothing crazy about it. And that can happen. And if they stay in the defense like this where they can't stop it, then just keep running it. You know, don't fix something that's not broke. And that's just how you're gonna mix that in. So you'll hit them with the money play a few times, hit them with the man beating plays a few times, and then mix in this run play. So then you'll have a nice little scheme. You got things you can go to. That's gonna be basically it for this little scheme. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, because I feel like a lot of people, they jump into games and they just try to force money plays. That's not what you do. What you do is you scheme around that money play. So when you come out in a formation, the first thing you might do, like I said, do a run play. Do short pass plays. Don't just go into a, you know, I do it because I'm trying to get results and see, I want them to try to stop the money play. But that's not something you want to necessarily do. So just try to keep that in y'all's mind, you know, scheme around the money play. Don't necessarily try to go out there and force it every play. Now, another thing you can do is do the opposite, and you can start off with the money play and then scheme around that. Then you have them thinking that you're going to hit them over the top with this every single time, but then you're going to hit them with a run play. You got to mix and match it. Don't try to go to into a head-to-head game and just, you know, money play, and it's just not working, and you're going against somebody that knows how to shut it down, because every money play can be shut down. We don't drop these plays thinking, you know, they're impossible to stop. It's just they give you more opportunities to get touchdowns. That's what makes them money plays. But with all that being said, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.